watching, doing the cleaner guitar parts. There's little subtle things that happen throughout the song during the choruses and the intro and all the all that stuff. There's it's a swing feel with the lower strings and then the high ones. So it has a little bit of a ooh, ooh, ah, ah. So it goes something like this. And then in the verses, first, sort of like what I did in Women Rule the World, just the side of the thumb grabbing the harmonics by holding down a note. Take your thumb, you rest it 12 frets higher, or half the length of the string itself from where the string leaves your fingered fret to where it leaves the bridge. Halfway point would be 12 frets higher. And you rest your thumb right over that spot and you pluck with your finger. Like that. So over here, I'm out of frets, so I just sort of assume where 12 frets higher than the 14th fret would be, the 26th fret. So you just kind of average it out. Right there. So that riff, and just go. When you hit this string, it tends to make your fifth ring out, so you may want to just rest a finger on the fifth string so it doesn't ring. It's a little thing like that. There's the little subtle things you put in there. And then in the second half of the verse, what I do is it starts to build up and then it empties out and it comes down again. And during that come down, I just ring out a bunch of E, and then just on the beat, I raise the volume and lower it. Like that. So. You pick it with the volume down to get a starting ring right before. Raise. Ooh. Like that. So just the little things that you throw into a song just to make it interesting for the ears. In the second verse, we the people have taken over. We the people are little brothers. Just wipe your hand on the strings and then start to empty out. Shoot, cha, shoot, cha, shoot, cha, shoot, shoot. And then it goes right to the next thing. So then I have another guitar part during all the chunka, and that one has a sort of darker sound to it. It's a little more like this, and it's hitting these octaves. But when I hit the highest one, I build up a really heavy vibrato and bring it down. Like that. So you got boom. It seems like a lot of tracks and a lot of different things going on at once, but actually it's all very organized, where the rhythm guitarist would be doing this, and then going into, and I would go, with them, then back to it. So it works live. It's more that it's being split up just so you have more control over the different guitar sounds in the recording. So cool, check it out.
We're all connected but separated, misunderstood and so frustrated. A million armies of one have invaded, watching you and watching me. We live behind glass curtains and act like nothing's wrong. Soon you will belong.
little brother is watching, the guitar solo, fretless guitar solo. So the song goes. Flip, and then we go here, and it starts off doing a whole bunch of slides where you're really chirping the strings. Getting all those harmonics that you drag. Instead of just going, you want to do like that, get those in there. So that's pretty much the first riff, doing all those crazy slidey stuff. And then it goes through that sort of I think there's a crazy ass one. So this next one, I started using my little thimble thing in there. So we got this. And we got a real At the end of it, you have to hit it and get that chirp out, like that. So you got it. And then we go higher in the octave. And back down. I know you're out there somewhere. Pull down your volume. Chorus and everything is boom, boom, cha, boom, boom, cha, like that. I'm holding out like a siren-y sort of as the chords change. So, there you go, little brother is watching. Nice, good. A very unusual song. I started writing this one in a hotel in Buenos Aires in April of 2014. I could never write on tour. It's painful. I could either play or I could be creative, and I can't do both. Too wiped out. But I was forcing myself. I was forcing it, and it was painful. So I was wandering the halls and just had the phone in my hand. I'd be just hanging out in front of a random door somewhere, stopped in the middle of the hall, just typing lyrics. I'd go down the stairways and just keep typing anything I was experiencing. Someone that works at the hotel comes running down the stairs, say hi, and just type down, someone turns around and smiles, and for a moment all is quite the norm. And I'm listening downstairs to everyone having fun while I'm hiding in the stairway, trying to write lyrics and just writing everything I experienced. I had no idea what the song was going to be about. I was just writing, and the song slowly formed and came together and turned out to be about gossip, but not about gossip in the normal way. It was comparing it to something called Cuterebra, which is when a fly lays an egg under your skin, and that thing just grows until it eventually just burrows its way out. And comparing that to someone planting the seed of gossip and how it festers in you and eventually gets wings and flies out. Actually, we should probably turn this over to veterinarian Dr. Thal to explain in better detail.
So Cuterebra is a parasite caused by the botfly Cuterebra larva that burrows into a small animal like a rabbit or a puppy or a kitten, and it spends part of its life cycle there until it comes out and it starts the life cycle all over again. As a veterinarian, it's something I see all the time, and it's very easy to treat with a minor procedure. And I guess that's really all you really didn't want to know about Cuterebra.
I should mention this only happens to animals, not people. And the song starts off being from the perspective of the fly itself, wandering the hall and hiding in a room, waiting for someone to take advantage of. And how gossip is that egg that turns into a fly, and what it does when it gets its wings. I was reading a lot of Shakespeare plays, quotes, different things, just to get inspiration lyrically. Good lyrics, I like how it came out. And the music is very creepy, stalky. The way you play it has to have a lot of push and pull back, and it's a lot of bouncing. It's almost circus-like. The solo is where everything kicks in full and goes through some interesting chord changes with a minor, major, after the solo, then you have another verse, and now you have the band in full doing all of that. I start playing in between each line of the vocals, throwing in a little bit something. Every verse speeds up a little bit and gets a little more intense. Start throwing in more weird little riffs and things. It's going to be a very different kind of song. Hope you like it. Cool. Check it out.
We build on wretched ruins, thickly veiled below our skin and bones. Cowards sing each other's rhyme and add a verse of all your wicked bones.
Eternity, definitely a different song for the album. I was watching the movie Vertigo, and somehow this melody came to me, this whole vibe, almost like a Bowie Ashes to Ashes, with the upbeats in there. Pop. So I had this one, almost like a 50s-ish ballady, but almost like a White Christmas. That's why I got that from. I was wondering, I was like, what is that? Just dawned on me. So, and it has this melody we have to like heavy-handedly and just really drag the notes and everything. So yeah. And it vocally, I think the song almost, if I changed the beat around it, could have been almost like a Stevie Wonder kind of. And it's very feel good, positive lyrics about waking up in the morning with the person you love. A lot of dynamics, starting off just very tight and clean, just like a. And then next verse kicks in a little bit more. And then after that, it does it with the solo over it. So the bridge is definitely a very 50s style inspired kind of thing, you know, but counting hours till I see your face is all I can do. Waiting for each night with you. Yeah. And then it goes into the last verse, which is all full-bodied, boom, down. But it almost has this till we rise to laughter and sunshine. I will thank the stars that you are mine. You changed my life with just one word, the sweetest song I ever heard. If I could, I'd make it last for eternity. And then it goes into the end, whoo, and then it just keeps coming around and just circles around, just keeps revamping the end. Whoa, whoa. See if we get the audience to do that. Everybody, whoa. Then I go to high notes, hold them. And then we change each one. And just like little riffs and things. And so yeah, and it all comes together into this whole thing. Check it out. Always make sure you're in tune. Keep checking your tuning. Not just of the open string, but make sure your intonation is in. Check your tuning of all the... little flat there. Check the tuning of the part that you're going to be playing, not just of the strings. Technical difficulties. All right. Our jack is getting loose. and as it gets loose, as it moves in a certain direction, 2 wires touch. That shorts out, so I'm gonna have to do a little tech work. I am my own tech. Voila! Now this is what got loose. As you can see, the nut right there has come off this. So I need to just get it back on there. So, best way to do that, let's unplug. Use our fingers. Push it this way. I'm gonna have to turn it this way. Use gravity to get it to fall onto it. There we go. And then carefully. And that's why I got long thumbnails. It's utility thumb. Now this will keep me going till it loosens up again. So now, let's see. Let's make sure that it's not touching the wires inside. We are good. All right, back together. Good. It forms a nice harmony with the rhythm guitars, because the rhythms have the top note going. So then this guitar, putting that on top, you get this nice. With me doing the high. So it forms almost a, which we call an inverted third, or a sixth. So you have boom, 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 boom. So you got these going. So basically it's like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So. But dividing it into 2 guitar parts. Nice. When you finish, slide down your volume as long as you got a clean volume knob. If it makes static, don't do that.
Never again.
So I've started on the lead guitars for the album. I'm surrounded by Engel. I got an Engel hat, got an Engel amp, and then my custom shop Amplitube Engel Powerball right there, which is what I'm playing through right now. Nice. First song I'm doing is a song called Sleepwalking. And then in order to warm it up, what I did is I dropped the preamp so that I didn't have as much gain, but to give it a nice punch and keep it warm, you turn up the power section. You can hear the movement of the hands and everything. So it's all about what you want to focus on. So in the first of the 2 end choruses, you have the warmer guitar that kind of pops out, starting with the. On the transition going into that second half, the heavier guitar kind of pops out and becomes the main focus. That one's set. Always take your picks out of your neck before you start. So what's probably going to be the opening song on the album is a song called Clots, and it sort of has a rockabilly feel on the guitar for a lot of it, using single coil on the this pickup, like instead of it being humbucker, got it set where it's just more of a single. There's a little more snap, a little more pop. So during the verses I sing, and then I play a little bit of that, and sing and play and go back and forth. So here's what we got. For the solo, I'll switch to a more full-bodied tone of guitar, which, oddly enough, the fuller-bodied tone is from the smaller-bodied guitars. I think it's because it's chambered and it has a lot of open space inside it where the wings are, so it resonates a little more and gets a fuller sound to it than that one. Some ideas here. It goes through the verse chords. So I'm thinking of some kind of thing to go on that. I was thinking of something sort of tappy. Here's an idea. Something like that. Take it down, just keep doing it till we get it right. Try it on just the neck pickup and see how it sounds a little bit fuller. See if that works. Both pickups together. So yeah, I think we should go with both pickups together. Just gets a little more of a woody tone to it, a little more character. So that's what we'll do. All right, now I'm gonna do it 20 more times until we get one that we want to keep for the album. Yes, thank you.
When the clouds keep building up, they suffocate my brain.
Women Rule the World. It starts off taking the side of my thumb and plucking a harmonic that's half the length of the string between every note that I'm hitting, right here. So it's pretty much 12 frets above everything. Like that. Now the next part, now I gotta sing while I play this. I was haunting I reached the top just to be there with you, and I still dream over my feet, and my heart still skips to me. I'm such a lucky guy, after all this time, it's like a deep breath into my fall. Say I'm a deep breath. So yeah, so can't look at your hands while you do it. I gotta be looking at you while I'm playing this. So, hi! I try to act so cool, but you know I'm just a fool for you. For you. I'm starting to wish your top just to be there with you. With you. And I'll stay true for my feet. And my heart still skips a beat. As every love is right, as every love is time. The deeper I go, the deeper I fall. Like that. So, yeah. It's gonna be a tough one on stage. Ah! Alright, why do I write this stuff? Okay, there you go. Nice.
Try to act so cool, but you know I'm just a fool for you. For you. I will stop till I reach the top just to be there with you. And I still tremble in the dream. We fly so high, feeling forever, and touch the sky. The lights burn bright and it's good to see. All together, we're living the dream.
So I'm working on the song Living the Dream. This is actually the first song that I started laying vocals to. And what I did on the guitar was really nice, so now I'm gonna change the vocal part to match what the guitar is doing. It was this whole big it was like going all over the place. So now the guitar is doing this pretty thing. It's just like a real simple. And takes it into the solo. So I'm gonna have the vocals do the same thing. The vocals will go. And I'm thinking while I do that, I'll have another one, like a whole kind of row, row, row your boat thing. You know, like it'll hold while the other's going then that one will go. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Check it out. So we have that down, and now we're gonna do the next round of them. You have keeping time is the consistent, clean rhythm guitar. Under it. Which is sort of throughout the whole song. This is sort of a foundation that everything is building on. The song starts with it, and those upbeats, even the drums kind of catch them. Flips the beat on its side. And then the bass is catching those two. We're just smacking it real to get a nice bubbly tone. You want to smack the string. So just hitting on all the kicks. And halfway through, I have this nice acoustic that kicks in. Show you that. And the song keeps on going. You get verse, chorus, and then we get to the bridge. A nice, pretty descending. But of course, me doing what I do, had to add something silly to it just to make it really difficult for myself. So as I'm singing, I'm doing this whole tonight we smile for you and I should mention that as it's building up, it's not dead on the beat. You want it to have this sort of drag in between. You want to sort of blur the lines a little bit. You want it to be all together with it. It has to have this drag. Almost like a 5 on top of the 4. Like that. Play it all. So the song is slowly building, is slowly coming together. At the very end of the song, it was just going to end with a nice little repeat of the bridge section. And it finishes on a nice little... And I just sort of started playing. Probably take the end chord and just keep it swelling and keep it going over that. It cleans up. All right, give a listen, check it out.
Have taken over. We the people are little brother.
One, two, three, four. A little bit less ring. See how that works. See how that's sitting in the mix.
This is our last goodbye. Young hearts will stop. Torn souls set free. Sharpened tongues and spit into the air these creeping things.
Here we go.
Self-destruct, love is to be We all self-destruct, love is to be